Quavo, Takeoff, they was down here with y'all. But they seen you walking by. He's laying on the ground. You got Mike bending down, and they seen you walking by. What took place there?
This the crazy thing about that video, right? Is
this ain't just some messy industry feud. This is war and the gloves are off. Mase just pulled the pin on a grenade and tossed it right into J. Prince's lap. He exposed a private phone call between Prince and Takeoff that nobody saw coming. And now Prince is spiraling.
Problem, J. Prince, and I'm gonna tell you like this, if you're 60 years old and you're trying to be a street you failed. You failed. I'm telling you this.
Threats flying, damage control on overdrive, full panic mode. But here's the thing, Mase didn't fold. He clapped back hard, and what he said, that had people shook. Mase let loose what everybody's been whispering in secret. That Prince isn't just running mob ties, he's out here playing puppet master behind the scenes. And all of this is coming out while people are still demanding real answers about Takeoff's final moments. That night in Houston, still murky. We're talking missing footage, silenced witnesses, and two names that won't go away, J. Prince Jr. and DJ Pat. Now this leaked call, it flips everything on its head. If what Mase is saying is true, then Prince ain't just guilty of running shady PR, he might be hiding something big. And I'm not talking rumors, I'm talking receipts, tweets, clips, podcasts, even weird bail conditions. It's all adding up.
Man, yeah, man. We got a little bit of straightening going on.
People online are calling J. Prince a fake community leader, a cartel-style fixer, and some are even saying he's got blood on his hands. And the wildest part? All this noise is finally catching up to him now that the wrong person is talking. So let's break it down. Mase had been silent, playing it cool, until Prince decided to sneak in subliminals on $1 million worth of game. That's when it all snapped. Mase and Cameron had stayed low-key about Houston, but once that line got crossed, it was game on. According to Mase, he heard a phone call where J. Prince was allegedly pressuring Takeoff just hours before the tragedy.
When you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little like the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little like.
And this wasn't no big bro check-in. It was heated. Mase said Prince was applying pressure over some loyalty drama, and not in a respectful way either. This wasn't some chill convo, this sounded like a warning. Mase painted Prince like he'd been trying to manipulate things behind the scenes, and when Takeoff stopped cooperating, it all went left. And the scariest part? That call supposedly happened the same night Takeoff got shot outside that Houston bowling alley. A dice game, an argument, gunfire.
You wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive, you know what I mean? So.
And just like that, Takeoff was gone at 28. Once Mase put that out there, Prince snapped. He jumped on social media throwing slick threats and doubling down on old shots he took at Offset. Remember when he said, "You wasn't really there with Takeoff when he was alive?" That blew up into Offset versus Prince, and even Cardi B had to jump in and defend her man. But now that Mase is speaking up about that call, Prince is scrambling. The streets already been whispering. But now they're loud. One fan on X nailed it. Nobody respects J. Prince after Takeoff died on his watch. And here's where it gets even more suspect. Right after Takeoff's passing, Patrick Xavier Clark, aka DJ Pat, was arrested. But somehow, dude posts a $1 million bond like it's nothing, and walks out like he's got angels watching over him. How? It's like somebody powerful didn't want him locked up too long, and it gets worse. Word is J. Prince literally walked past Takeoff's body and said, "Call that. Don't ask me none about that." Cold. Then J. Prince Jr. allegedly requested his own name be removed from DJ Pat's bond paperwork. That's shady. They were all together that night. Why try to erase your name unless you're trying to dodge heat? And don't forget about Cameron Joshua, aka Lil Cam 5th. He got picked up on gun charges right after Takeoff's death. He's linked to mob ties too. And somehow, everyone tied to J Prince Jr. ends up close to a body bag? Meanwhile, mob ties still out here playing the victim? Nah, the streets ain't buying it. Not anymore.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. When you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little like the way you talking. I don't get what you mean. We're not your little.
We already saw the warning signs with Duke the Jeweler. Dude flew into Houston, checked in with mob ties, hit a dice game, and ended up dead. Same setup, same silence. And guess whose name kept floating in the shadows? J Prince again. And that weird clip, the one where Prince told his shotgun man to stand down? Yeah, that move looked way too calculated. Like someone was staging a scene, not breaking one up. Let's be real, it's looking like a straight-up pattern now. Bring rich artists to Houston. Make them check in with mob ties. Dice game starts, some drama pops off. Security looking lost, somebody ends up gone. And then boom, J Prince hops online with one of those fake deep messages about grief being the price of love and black-on-black violence. Man, save it. Where were you when folks were bleeding out on the pavement? And let's talk facts. None of the princes showed up to Takeoff's funeral. Not one. Suspicious? Absolutely. Maybe they ain't show-faced because they knew deep down they had blood on their hands. J Prince Jr. out here tweeting stuff like, "Don't wear jewelry around vultures." But if you invited your guest into that danger, who's the real vulture? If the whole point of checking in is protection, then why didn't you warn Takeoff and Quavo when things got heated? If your system don't keep people alive, what's it even for? And let's not forget, witnesses say Quavo was arguing with J Prince Jr. right before those shots rang out. Now new clips show Prince brushing the whole thing off like his crew wasn't there. Like Takeoff didn't just get taken out under their watch. That's cold. And after J Prince went on $1 million worth of game throwing shots, Mase exploded. He didn't just defend himself, he torched Prince's whole image. Straight up said, "We are not your little." And the way he said it, that hit like a punch. It wasn't no tweet, it was war. He was speaking for everybody tired of Prince's so-called check-in game that's been running the streets for years. And guess what? Cameron co-signed all of it. Didn't interrupt, didn't flinch. Just let Mase cook. And Cam don't co-sign recklessness. That silence, that was loud. Now fans are saying Mase was holding on to that leaked call, just waiting for Prince to slip. And once he did, Mase unloaded the clip. Meanwhile, Offset had been keeping quiet, until Prince tried to slide in that slick comment, suggesting Offset wasn't there for Takeoff. That was it. Offset snapped, and right behind him, Cardi B jumped in with zero hesitation. You know Cardi don't fake the funk. She meant every word. And suddenly, this wasn't just hood politics, it was mainstream. Now you got Prince getting aired out by one of the biggest celebrity couples out. That's when folks started realizing his street rep cracking fast under all this heat. And here's the part people overlook, but it's right there if you pay attention. The big names, they're backing away fast. First up, Drake. Drake used to be all over Mob Ties' socials, tagging them, shouting them out, reposting everything. But now, crickets. Not a single repost, not a mention. And that's wild considering Jazz Prince is the whole reason Drake even got that Young Money cosign through Wayne. But ever since Takeoff got taken out, Drake's been ghosting J Prince Jr. like the block is hot. And he ain't the only one keeping his distance. Word is, Jay-Z's been ignoring Mob Ties too. Since early 2023, Hav ain't returned one call, one message, nothing. And you know how Jay plays? He don't start public beefs, he just disappears. Why? Because these ain't just rappers, they're billion-dollar brands now. Ain't nobody risking heat from a Fed investigation over a street rep, especially not with all the rumors flying around about Takeoff's case. And now with Mase leaking all these private convos, nobody can pretend anymore. That fake silence act, done. The whole power behind Mob Ties came from one thing, that check-in system. Pull up in Houston, link with J. Prince Jr., and supposedly you're protected. But look around now. Duke the jeweler? Checked in. Takeoff? Checked in. Both gone. Now fans are tweeting, "This is why nobody checks in anymore." Because these dudes asking for respect can't even protect the people they're hosting. Artists from Cali have even started calling the check-in culture a scam, just a flex for local gatekeepers chasing clout. It's starting to look like Mob Tie's been selling false protection the whole time. And when Mase finally said what folks were scared to admit, that J. Prince is a failed street boss trying to cosplay as a real mobster, the internet couldn't unsee it. Everything started crumbling. Now let's talk about the part that really ain't adding up. The witnesses. That night, Takeoff was hit outside 810 Billiards. At least 40 people were there. We got crowd noise, camera flashes. So why haven't more people spoken up? Word is, some of them got threatened. There's online talk accusing Mob Ties of paying folks off, wiping footage, and pushing DJ Pat to take the entire fall solo. And now the wildest theory yet, J. Prince Jr. was allegedly beefing with Quavo, not Takeoff. And Takeoff just got caught in the middle. People now think it wasn't a hit gone wrong. It might have been a warning that spiraled out of control. And here's where it flips into something straight out of a thriller. Sources close to Cameron and Mase say that private call between Prince and Takeoff, it might have been recorded. Whether it was accidental or planned, that audio might exist. And allegedly, Cam and Mase been sitting on it just in case Prince tried to act slick. If that tape leaks, whew, everything changes. That one call could blow the lid off this whole case, for real. If Prince really did threaten Takeoff on that call, if he tried to pressure him into some backdoor move he didn't want to play, that ain't just industry mess. That's dangerous. And remember, this ain't some clout-chasing blogger making noise. This is Mase, the same dude who walked away from Diddy, went head-to-head with the industry, and came back swinging harder than ever. So if that tape leaks, that's not just bad PR. That's checkmate for Prince. Because that call, that might be the one that finally sinks Mob Ties. That's the kind of thing feds don't ignore. The streets might argue and speculate, but them agencies, they're watching for patterns. Every time J. Prince or his son hops on camera talking reckless, somebody in a suit is tuning in. And now that Mase broke the silence, those ears just perked up even more. Let's be real, this ain't just rap drama anymore. We're talking potential RICO implications, alleged witness threats, alleged manipulation, patterns of power moves that scream organized pressure. And no matter how legendary your name is, if the wrong paperwork hits the system, ain't no label, city, or reputation that can save you. And through all this, don't forget who this was really about. Takeoff, the calmest, chillest soul in the game. Never loud, never messy. Never needed a headline to feel big. Just bars, love, and loyalty. And the fact that he died over a dice game with people who claim to love him nearby, that's what hurts the most. Prince had the nerve to post some deep-sounding message on IG talking about grief is the price of love. But man, real ones ain't trying to hear that when you let blood hit the ground on your watch and walked off like it didn't matter. That ain't love. That ain't leadership. That's disrespect. People ain't asking for cryptic podcast clips or shady PR. They want the truth. What Mase did, that wasn't just a clapback. He cracked the fear wide open. He proved that the hold J. Prince had over these conversations, it's falling apart. And the more Prince tries to control the story, the faster it slips away from him. Artists are distancing. The internet's digging. The streets are talking. And the feds, they're listening. If that call ever drops, it's a wrap. So trust, this story, far from over, Prince snapped. Mase clapped back. And now, the whole world's locked in. Drop it in the comments if you're riding with the truth. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those noties, because I've got even more receipts coming your way. See you in the next one.